So anyway, I don't know what. Let me just back my way through this whole tour. Oh, when I was in Calgary, when I landed, one of the first things I saw was a big pickup truck. You know, I'm a truck guy. You know, I'm a truck guy. And I'll tell you what. The guy had freedom written on the back window. Those poor people. Freedom. That's what this country's about freedom. Like, what does that even mean? I mean, I do know what it means. I think I know what it means. But, I mean, freedom went out the window, like, I don't know how many decades ago. I don't know when these people are going to rebel. Oh, I guess they did. I don't know. It's just like, dude, when it comes to freedom right now, I mean, what would you attack first? If you really wanted to reclaim whatever the fuck it is you're claiming, and I am assuming that when you mean reclaim, you don't mean to send women and people who aren't white back into the fucking Stone Ages or, 20 years ago. If you just mean, like, the government to stop hassling you, man, like, I don't know where you would even begin. The first thing you'd have to do, like most coups, is you'd have to go after the media, because once you control the narrative, then you control the thought process. So you would have to go in and you would have to whack everybody at Fox News and CNN. That's the first thing you would have to do so you could control the narrative of what it was that you were doing. Because I can guarantee you, if there was a coup to overthrow the country, one that looked like it was going to be successful, not that fucking insurrection of fucking, whatever was it, January, whatever the fuck it was. A bunch of people with shit they got at Home Depot pushed their way into a government building. My favorite part was when they actually got all the way in there and they didn't know what to do because there was no plan to even get that far. And then they just started sitting at desks and putting their feet up like children that had taken over a school. Like, oh, look at me. I'm the principal. Take a picture. There was that aspect of it. And then the other aspect of it, which was fucking hilarious to me, is that a group of people armed with shit you get at Home Depot could somehow get all the way in to whatever that government building was called. The one with the nice dome. The Capitol building. That's where the House of Representatives and the Senate sit and debate things for corporations, acting as though they're doing something for you. Anyway, so I saw that truck there, so I had fun with that element that was in the crowd. Telling them that I also had a truck and the shit that I was going to write on my back window just to annoy them. Just show up with the most badass truck ever, and then just have gender-neutral bathrooms written on the back window, just to fucking annoy people, and then just come out there and just be one of them, loving guns and all of this type of shit, and they just can't. And just see if you could get them to get past what you had written on the back of your window. I keep seeing those memes about people like writing their whole all of their politics on their pickup trucks. Is that like really happening? Or maybe other people with pickup trucks see it. I always love it because it's very like common man, common sense. In other words, there's nothing behind it. Man, I shoot from the hip, man. I tell it like it is. It's just like, you know what that means? That means I don't read. I don't have nearly enough time put in on this topic, but I'm just like, but I am arrogant enough to think that I can solve it without needing any of the information. Like, I got one for you. I know this full-on fucking narcissist. Not me. Another one. This full-on, as I sit here doing a podcast by myself, I know this full-on fucking narcissist, and for years, from the moment JFK Jr.'s plane went down to like a fucking 2 years ago, this dude was telling me without a fucking shred of doubt that he knew exactly what happened. And he just made up all of this shit. All of this shit. I'll tell you what happened. Dude, I'll tell you what happened. Dude, he didn't even get his license up here. Dude, he went down to Florida. They're like, oh, God, you're a fucking JFK fucking Jr., right? Dude, he had like fucking 8 hours, and the guy just gave him his fucking license. That's what this guy said. And on 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 and on. And that he bought a plane that was beyond his ability, and that he was too cocky because he was a Kennedy, and all of this shit, just indicting this dead person, right? So, lo and behold, old Freckles here eventually goes out, gets himself a pilot's license, and one day it dawns on him, one of the things that he learned is that anytime there's an accident, there's an FAA report about a year later. So I was like, why don't I just read the report? And I read the report, and nothing this guy said was true. This guy made a YouTube video, also about it that was incredible. And I was reading saying this guy, most of his hours were with instructors, which most people it isn't because they can't afford to do that. And he actually had passed his written on his instrument exam and had experience. He had like half the hours he needed to fly under instrument and all of that. He was an incredibly careful pilot, cautious pilot and all of that. He just ran into a series of things that ended up being beyond him, which can fucking happen to anybody. Which is the scary thing about flying and all of this shit. So, I went to this guy. Hadn't talked to him in years. I said, hey, dude, I got my pilot's license, right? He was like, yeah, be careful up there, dude. You want to stay on the ground where everybody's driving 90, text messaging without fucking looking at the road, dude. Or these fucking Tesla people taking naps while their car keeps driving like they're in fucking Knight Rider. That's where you want to be, nice and safe. On the highways where there's a cross and fucking flowers on the side of the road every half fucking mile. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. I know, it's dangerous. You're right. Listen, there's a whole FAA report on that JFK Jr. thing. You should really read it. And he goes, I don't need to read it. I'm telling you, everything that you're saying is wrong. This guy was actually a really good pilot, really cautious and all that. And I said, and he started saying again what he thought happened with full fucking confidence. I'm like, dude, that's not what happened. I go, there's an FAA report. Read it. And he goes, I don't need to read it. And I just bursted out laughing. And I was like, all right, man. That's what I did. And that's the only thing that shuts somebody up. And he goes, what? What do you mean, all right? I go, nothing. I get it. You know what happened. Well, no, dude. Well, it's just like, I just told you, there's a group of people that's their job. To figure out what went wrong. You're not even in aviation. You don't even have fucking a model plane, and you're telling me that you know more than the fucking FAA knows without even reading a fucking report? I got a little heated. Just people like that. You know what's so fucking dumb? Is I know they're never going to agree with me, but I will fucking walk up that hill every time and ring that doorbell. Every fucking time. What am I looking for? What am I looking to gain? That they're going to be like, you know what, Bill? You are right. Thank you for setting me straight. That's just not going to happen on any level. Okay, whatever. So anyway, so when I saw that, I got a big kick out of that. And I was like, wait, I bought a big stupid truck. Now I can actually start writing things on the back and annoying the shit out of people with my political opinions. Well, Bill, you already do it on the podcast. All right. Where am I going from here? Let's talk about, we'll just back our way through it. So I